A White County man has been trying to open his business for years, but he can't. He says it comes down to what's blocking him from building a driveway.
After 20 months of going back and forth with Entergy, he didn't know what else to do, so he called Working for You. KARK-4's Mitchell McCoy uncovering the problem has been buried for years.
Yep. Hello. Good evening to you. Good evening, everyone. It's what's deep into the ground and goes into the air. No doubt, a business can take hard work, money, and sweat to open up, but this could cost him big. From Highway 5, the shop sounds open. It even looks open, but Andrew's Auto Sales is in fact closed.
I've never even turned the open sign on.
Andrew McLaughlin purchased this property in El Paso, just north of Cabot, in 2014. He's ready for the first customer, except there's a 40-foot tall problem.
The front pole is dead center.
A utility pole or two block what he says should be his driveway. This survey, which he paid for, reveals the utility poles are smack dab in the middle. Andrew says he's using most of his neighbor's driveway, which is in front of his business, to get to his property. Tape measure in hand, inches turn to feet. And you'll see where he needs his driveway.
That's pretty much my 20-foot wide road. This is dead center in the middle of it.
Andrew admits the poles were here prior to him purchasing the land nearly a decade ago, but had no idea the price tag to move them.
I'd have to pay Energy a few $1,000s to move the poles. I didn't expect them to say, you know, $10,000 a piece. That was 8 years ago. Now it's $18,000.
The poles, again, are in place and have been for about 3 decades.
Brandy Hinkle with Entergy says the poles were buried there after negotiating a deal with the old landowner.
Anytime that we place power poles on private property, of course, we have to get permission, and then we have to have a guaranteed right-of-way.
Entergy says if Andrew could get permission from his other neighbor, they could move the poles for $11,000. But if they say no, the cost would climb to $18,000 to move the lines underground. Andrew would have to foot the bill. Entergy says if they were to pay for it,
comes back again to the cost. You know, we would have to pass on any costs to our customer base. It just doesn't make good sense for us to do that.
It's pretty ridiculous. I mean, I never saw this kind of trouble.
In the meantime, Andrew's Auto Sales is closed, and any deliveries are stuck maneuvering around the problem.
He had to back all the way up down this driveway.
But he says this issue is far from buried. Here's another twist here tonight. Entergy says other utility companies use those power poles as well. So it's not just Entergy involved here. The power company says it works with road departments and other organizations about moving poles when needed. However, when it comes to a customer wanting a pole moved because they're not happy with its placement, Entergy charges. Back to you.